from your backside. Go ahead, let your legs, your feet come to the floor. Find a comfortable position so that you can find maximum stillness and relaxation as we come into our breath today. Your legs are long. Open your feet, your legs wide, at least hip width, maybe even wider. And always bring one hand to heart, one hand to belly, or let the arms rest away from your side bodies. And if they are, let your palms rotate up towards the sky. Letting your eyes soften and close if that's comfortable. If not, just a very soft gaze. Whether your eyes are open or closed, let them settle into the sockets of the head. Let the sockets themselves settle in towards the brain. Relax the musculature of your face, inside of your mouth, the inside of your right cheek, the inside of your left cheek, the roof of the mouth. Allow the tip of your tongue to rest gently behind the upper front teeth. You do that, notice the jaw, bottom of your mouth relaxes, space becomes apparent between your teeth. The lips might softly part. Relax to the throat space. Bring your mind's eye around the space of your heart. We're going to work with a breath or direction of energy by breath called Vyana Vayu, and this is an outward motion or direction of our energy. In your next inhale, I want you to imagine that you're bringing energy, prana, in from the crown into the space of your heart. As you exhale from that heart space, let the energy radiate out to all parts of self, out through the limbs of your body, the head, the neck, out to the length of your spine. Inhaling light prana energy in from the crown into the space of your heart. You exhale, feel that energy distribute out to all parts. That sense of radiating out to the contours of your body. Just by the act of breath and how we breathe, we're creating more space. Maybe you even feel the pores of your skin breathe as you inhale and exhale. Feeling the contours of that outline of your being become gradually bigger, taking up space from the inside out. And keep with that direction of energy, Vyana Vayu, but now we're going to add a retention on the top of the inhale. So I'm going to guide you through a certain count of inhale, length, space. So you're going to hold in that fullness. You're going to try to soften in the fullness. And the exhale happens, and I want you to imagine again that energy distributing into all areas, maybe even the areas that you need it the most today, not just physically, but it could be more mental or emotional or energetically. So begin by exhaling everything out the mouth to start. Inhale through the nose, count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold in the fullness, but see if you can allow your abdomen to soften, the ribs to soften. Exhale through the nose, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhaling, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's find a pause here as well. Inhale for a count of 6. Breathe energy, prana in from the crown to the space of the heart. Hold in the fullness, but can you allow yourself to soften into it? Exhale, count of 6. Letting the energy distribute to all areas. Feel the contours of your body gradually getting bigger, more expansive. And then pause in the emptiness. Inhale, 6. Pause in the fullness. You soften in the fullness. Exhale for 6. Pause in the emptiness. Inhale for 6. Crown to the heart. Pause in the fullness. Exhale from the heart out. Pause in your emptiness. Inhale, 6. Crown to the space of the heart. Pause in the fullness. Exhale from the heart out to all parts. Pause in the emptiness. Last one here. Inhale, crown to the heart. Pause in the fullness. Exhale out slowly. Pause in the emptiness. You take your next inhale. Allow your breath to find an equal wavelength. Samariti, but in your own natural wave of breath. Easy breath. Feel the air upon your skin. Sense your body lying on your mat in this space. Observe the hands and the feet, the musculature of your face. Start to invite gentle movement through your physical body. You can start with the fingers, the toes. Maybe you open the mouth wide, stick out your tongue. So good for your neck and facial muscles. Then you can bring it more into the wrists, the ankles, the head, the neck. And when you feel ready on an inhale, you're going to reach your arms over your head. On the exhale, let's bring both knees in towards your chest. Again, you can round the spine towards the knees. Maybe finding a variation of happy baby. So hands can be on top of the shins, behind the thighs. Feel free to rock a little bit side to side. We're going to come into some somatic movement. So let your feet come back to the floor. Make sure you have space around you. Arms are going to come out to the sides like a capital letter T. Arms are out to the sides, palms facing up. Feet a little bit wider than hips. Let your knees knock in towards the midline. They don't have to touch though. We're going to start with windshield wipers. So you're inhaling here. On your exhale, let your knees drift over to your left. Inhale, your knees softly float back up through center, and then exhale, knees softly come to the right. Inhale brings you up through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale up through center. Exhale to the right. Start to move at your own pace. Your head and neck can stay neutral, or allow your head and neck to move in the same direction of your legs, your knees today. As your knees come to the right, your head and neck comes to the right, or you're looking to the right. And you can play with the element of space. You can always stay at the top of the inhale, but maybe more so staying at the bottom of your exhale. And I mean pausing for like a second, 2, or even 3, maybe even 5, just depends on you. A couple more on each side, and then we're going to add the upper body with this movement. And the next time your knees come up through center and to the left, your right arm is going to come with you, and you're going to reach your right arm just beyond your left fingers, getting into the upper thoracic spine as you reach. And then inhale, you're coming up through center, right arm comes out to the right. Exhale, knees to the right side, left arm comes with you, and you're reaching beyond your right hand. Maybe your forehead even comes to the floor. Inhale, legs, knees come up through center. And as your knees come to the left, right arm's coming with you, reaching beyond your left hand, forehead might rock to the floor. Inhale brings you up through center, and then over to the opposite side. And you are moving at your own pace. And you can always bring your knees to your chest, so your feet will be off the floor. This creates more of a playing with your movement, like a child in a way. So your knees would be into your chest, your feet would be off the floor. Yeah, that's way chase. And you're just rocking, rolling from one side to the other. Good, Sean. Yep. And your legs can be wide apart. They don't have to stay together. Let it be fairly loose. Yourself find some sense of freedom as you move from side to side. We're not linear beings. There's more than one way to do something. Playing with that reach of the top arm, really getting into your thoracic spine, behind the shoulders, behind the heart, the ribs, the cervical spine as you let your head kind of roll from side to side. Start to find balance between your sides. Once you do, we'll come back through the center on our back side. We're going to bring our strap in our hands. I'm going to come into some arm extensions. You're to hold the strap in either hand. So imagine I'm lying down. I want your wrists to be in a neutral position. So your palms are going to face in towards your body, creating that fist grip. And that big knuckle of your thumb is going to point up to the sky with your arms in a neutral position and relaxed position. And you're keeping that position of your hands, your wrists the whole time, even as you come up and over towards the crown of your head. Okay. So if that means your grip needs to be wider than your shoulder width to start, great. Over time, you can close that distance between your hands. Okay. Your legs can stay long or your feet can be rooted to the floor. You're going to move with your breath. We're going to move with a 2 breath count. Okay. So when you're ready, on an inhale, your arms are going to float up towards the sky. Exhale, arms are going to come towards the crown of your head to the floor behind you. Next inhale, the arms will float back up. On the exhale, arms will come back by your sides. Okay. Start to move at your own pace. Inhale, arms will float up towards the sky. The exhale brings your arms up over towards the crown of your head. Inhale, the arms come back up. Exhale, arms float by your sides. You got it. Remember, your hands can be shoulder width or wider. If you notice that the breath, you're starting to lose the breath and allowing that act of allowing the breath to support and guide you in this movement, maybe you create a little bit more space between the hands' palms. We're looking for more space by a sense of ease, the act of letting go to cultivate space. Again, creating space from the inside out rather than reaching or pulling ourselves into a position, working on the external. Let it be more internal. Back to the Vyana Vayu breath on the inhale, breathing from crown to the space of your heart, taking energy light in And then as you exhale, imagine that energy distributing to all parts, or maybe areas where you're feeling it the most, whether it's physical body, mental, emotional, energetic body. Okay. Next time your arms come up and over towards the crown of your head, you're going to pause here and you'll just release your strap. You come in a supinated half moon shape. You're going to clasp your right wrist with your left hand. Right wrist with your left hand. And then on the inhale, you're going to lift your upper body up and walk it over to the upper left hand corner of your mat. Then you'll walk your legs to the lower left hand corner of your mat. So you're creating a C-like shape with your body, your spine. You're opening a little bit more through the right side. Let your head and neck kind of roll where it wants to go. And if it feels okay in your right side hip, lower back area, you can cross right ankle on top of left. And then come back to our Vyana Vayu breaths, the outward motion of energy, inhaling from the crown to the space of your heart. Allowing your energy to distribute out to all parts. Next inhale, walk your feet back through center. Upper body through center. Now you're going to clasp your left wrist with your right hand. Lift your upper body up and over to the right hand corner of your mat. And then walk your legs to the lower right hand corner. Yep. So again, a C-like shape of your body, spine, or that nice gentle curve. You can cross left ankle over the right. Breathing a little bit more fully into the left side. Inhale, walk your legs back through center, upper body through center. Release your clasp. On an inhale, reach out. Arms overhead, legs can go long. You can point or flex the feet, spread the fingers wide. And then on the exhale, let's bring again both knees into your chest very softly. So again, a variation of happy baby if desired. Letting the knees open wide, shifting your body from right to left. And we're going to come into a movement, open and close book. Most of you know where we're going with this. We're going to start on the right side. So you're going to roll to your left side in a fetal position. You are more than welcome to use a blanket as a pillow for your head neck. especially if laying in a fetal position, sideline position feels a little crunchy on the left side of the neck. Just make sure you have room behind your blanket for your head to roll upon it, because your head and neck is going to follow the motion of your upper body. You need a second blanket or a block between your inner thighs. Let me know. I'll grab you a second blanket. But that block or something in between your inner knees, thighs gives you more support in your lower back, especially as we come into a twisted position in the open book. Okay. So with your left arm out in front of you, your wrist, elbow are in line with your left shoulder. Left palm facing up to the sky. Your right hand is going to plant on top of it. This is your closed book. We're moving with breath. On an inhale, you're going to slide your right fingertips up the length of your left arm towards your left side chest. Once you're here, you're going to fully open your right arm up to the sky. Keeping your right arm straight as you exhale, you're twisting open to the right. Let your head and neck follow the rotation. Keep your right arm straight. On an inhale, put your right arm up to the sky. On the exhale, right hand meets left. And again, you can add that gentle reach beyond your left fingertips. Good. Next inhale, slide right fingertips up the length of your arm to your chest. Once your fingers hit your chest line, you'll open the right arm up to the sky. Keeping the right arm straight as you exhale, turn, rotate to the right, head and neck follows. Next inhale, float your right arm up, keeping the right arm straight. On the exhale, right hand meets left, and you reach beyond your left fingertips. Start to move at your own pace. Let it be slow, let it be fluid. Maybe you find those gentle pauses of the in-between, between your inhales and exhales. And again, playing with that element of space, so it's not so physical. Feeling that space within you carry you in and up towards the sky, and then as you exhale, softly bringing you down towards the earth. Again, feel free to find those pauses, especially as you open into your twist. It could be like a second, 2-second, 3-second pause, maybe a little bit longer. It just depends on you. Next time you come into your open book position, into that rotation, we're going to pause here for a few breaths. Take your time getting there. Yep. allowing the head and neck to follow the rotation, allowing space to cultivate, tap into the cervical spine. Inhaling into the space of your heart. And each exhale, allowing that energy to radiate out. Next inhale, the breath, carry your right arm up to the sky. Exhale brings you into that closed book position. Again, just pausing, resting here in stillness. From here, you're going to move, roll to your opposite side as mindfully as possible. Take that time, those moments to adjust your props. Make sure the pillow that you are using, if you're using one, it has enough space behind it for your head to rock side to side. You need that extra prop in between your inner knees or thighs. If you need an extra blanket, just let me know. But your right arm is going to come out in front of you, wrist in line with the elbow, in line with your shoulder. Left hand is on top. Welcome, Kim, if you want one. And when you are ready, on an inhale, you're going to slide your left fingertips up the length of your right arm. Fingertips come to the chest. Once you're here, you're going to fully open up to the sky, keeping your left arm straight. On the exhale, you're rotating to your left. Again, letting the head and neck follow that rotation. Keeping the left arm straight. Inhale, float it back up through center towards the sky. Exhale, left hand meets right. Maybe you invite that gentle reach beyond the fingertips. Good. Inhale, slide left fingertips up the length of the right arm to the chest line. Once you're here, you're going to fully open up to the sky. Exhale, twisting, rotating to the left, head and neck follows. Inhale, left arm stays straight as you float back up. Keeping the left arm straight as you come into your closed book, but maybe you add that gentle reach. And you're moving at your own pace. And remember, you're more than welcome to play with those in between spaces of your inhales and exhales. Next time you come into your open book position, I'm going to have you stay there for a few breaths. You come into the open book. With each exhale, can you permit yourself to soften further into the floor, allowing earth to hold you in this space. Inhale, drawing in nutrient-rich light, healing light. And you have that power to distribute that energy, healing light, into certain parts, or parts feel louder, tighter, but more care and assistance. With your next inhale, softly float your left arm up towards the sky. And as you exhale, left hand meeting your right into your closed book position, and then pause here for a moment. Let it to settle. From here, I'm going to have you mindfully press up to hands and knees, tabletop position. You always pad your knees if you need to. A little more fluid movement before we find stillness. So from a neutral tabletop, you'll come back into your breath. Nice fluid flow of energy as you inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, you're going to come through cow, so extension of the spine, arch reaching forward and up. And then as you exhale, press into the floor with your hands palms. So the back of your heart expands, your tailbone does tuck, chin comes to chest. Inhale, chest, heart forward, tailbone back and up. Belly comes towards the floor. And then exhale, pressing into the earth, opening through the back body, back of the heart. Couple more cat-cows. And then we'll add on a little bit from here. Next inhale, come through your cow shape, extension of the spine. This time as you exhale, press into your cat, flexion, and then let your hips drift towards your heels in towards child's pose. On your next inhale, let the breath carry you forward. Whether you stay in your cow shape or let your hips come more forward towards your wrist into extended cobra. And then exhale, reach your hips back to your heels, child's pose. Inhale brings you forward. Cow or extended cobra. You're pulling your heart forward and through, and then exhaling it back. Inhale, come forward. After this round, we're going to add some more lateral motion, side to side motion, exhaling it back. So this time as you inhale, bring both hips forward towards your left wrist. You're going to look over your right shoulder. And then exhale, bring both sit bones to your left heel. Inhale, bring both hips, frontal of your hip points to the right wrist, look over left shoulder. And then exhale, both hips, butt towards your right heel. And just moving side to side in this way. If you're staying in your tabletop, as you come forward into your cow shape, think of looking over your right shoulder and swish your hips to the left. So you're creating that C-like shape of your spine, but in a pronated position. And then as you exhale, both hips back to the left heel. On an inhale, as you come back through tabletop or cow, think of looking over your left shoulder, shifting your hips a little bit more to the right, and then exhaling, hips to your right heel. Couple options for you if extended cobra does not feel good in your lower spine. Couple more on each side. To find your balance between your sides. Once you do, I'm going to invite you to come into a child's pose. If that's comfortable for your knees, your lower back. If not, just find your crocodile pose, meaning you're lying flat on your front side, forehead to the backs of your hands. That's what you're trying. Perfect. For those who are in crocodile, you can bend your knees, windshield wiper your legs from side to side. For those who are in child's pose, bring your arms towards your legs. This is called embryo. And then rock from side to side. Let your forehead rock across the earth. You're doing windshield wipers, let your legs go long. You're in your child's pose, just find stillness. Everyone, you're going to slide your hands underneath the shoulders, press up. You're going to bring your hips to one side so your legs can come out in front of you. You're going to find your blanket. You're going to take it into this rectangle shape, and you're going to roll it. You're going to bring the rolled blanket to the top edge of your mat. You're going to lie over it, backside, so that it comes to the back of your heart space. And you want the top of the roll to be right underneath your armpits. So your arms, the head, the neck will be over the blanket. You might need to roll a little bit up or down, but you want to find that space just behind the heart, not too low where that mid upper back junction happens to where you're kind of feeling maybe some compression, some pinching, and your ribs are really flaring out. It's a little bit higher than that. So again, more behind the center of your heart space, behind the shoulder blades. Couple options for your legs. Legs can go long. Legs can stay bent. Or you can find a supported Baddha Konasana bound angle pose, soles of your feet together, knees fall out wide to the sides like butterfly wings. And then you'll slide your blocks, one block under each leg to support the inner seam of your thighs, your groin, your hips. So it would look like such. And your blocks might need to be at a higher angle or a higher height, so that there is not pulling, there's no holding, there's no straining at that inner seam, I call it. So if you need to level out your block a height, please allow yourself that. Good. Again, make sure that you're over your blanket, the top edge of your blanket, just meeting underneath the underarms, right up towards your armpit. You with your shape that you've chosen to be in. Adjust where you need to. That could be just where your arms are in space, maybe your arms a little bit further out, palms facing up. Shoulder blades underneath. Eyes soften. If you can, allow them to close. I'm going to stay here for the remainder of our practice. I'm going to guide you through some breath work. But at any moment that you need to switch out of your resting position, out of the shape that you're in, please do. But make sure they are mindful movements. You're not taking yourself too far out of your rest. We're going to continue with that Vyana Vayu breath, creating, inviting space from the internal to the external. Before we do that, and let your eyes settle into the socket settle into the brain, or your brain settle into your skull. Base of the forehead, brow softens. down to the temple line, the front of your cheekbones, the bridge of your nose, behind your upper lip, the inside of your right cheek, inside of your left cheek, the roof of the mouth. Again, allowing the tongue, the tip of the tongue to rest gently behind the upper front teeth. So the jaw relax, and the teeth can separate. Relax to the throat. Feel the back of your heart melt over the blanket into the earth. Allow the belly, hips, legs soften. And as you inhale, I want you to imagine you're drawing rich, nutrient-rich light into the space of your heart. Pause just for a moment in that sense of space or that light you're cultivating at the heart. And as you exhale, allow that light to distribute to all parts, radiating like rays of the sun or star. Inhale, crown healing light into the space of your heart. On the exhale, allow that light to distribute out, even to the edges, the contours of your physical being. Feel that organ of your skin. Can you feel the pores of your skin breathing, radiating with light and energy on each inhale and exhale? Tapping into the vastness that you are, again, from the inside, then to out. Out moving. If you can see yourself in your mind's eye, the position that you're in, shape of your body lying on the floor upon your mat, in the space of the room. Feel where your legs are in space, where your arms are in space, where the head and neck are in space. Feeling your body as a whole. Again, lying on the floor. Notice the air upon your skin. Sensations at your hands, your feet. So ready, inviting gentle movement through the physical body. And that could start by swallowing. The fingers and toes, the wrists, the ankles. And you could rock the head side to side, getting into the neck. Open the mouth wide, scrunch up the face, stick out your tongue. And come out of the shape. We're going to start with the lower body. So using your hands to guide your legs together. Let your legs go long. On your next inhale, you're more than welcome to reach the arms overhead. Just be mindful because you are in a supported, but you are in an extension position, opening to that front body. And then on the exhale, bring your knees up so your feet come flat to the floor. And then you're going to roll off to one side. Either side is fine. Be mindful of your blanket and your blocks. From your fetal position, you're going to press up into a seat, and we'll meet here to close very briefly. And you can always sit on a block, blanket, if that gives you a little bit more space into your back body, the spine, especially the lumbar, lower spine. From the base of your spine, feel the heart, the fullness of your heart. So it's also the front of the body, but think side bodies and back body. The fullness of your heart lifting up through the neck, out to the crown. Maybe just notice the difference of your breathing and how you are breathing. Space within the trunk of the body or your body itself. Space you take up in your physical form. You will close with one Om. You're more than welcome to chant with me. You do not have to do it verbally. You can always do it mentally, or just allow the vibration to wash over you, through you. You're to bring your hands to the heart space, maybe palms resting at the heart, or you find Anjali Mudra. It's a mudra of gratitude, hand gesture of gratitude, thumbs resting at the space of the heart. Nice lengthy inhale. Exhale everything out. One Om, inhale. Om. On the exhale, bow in. Just taking that moment of gratitude for self, for taking time out of your everyday life, for your own personal practice, whatever modality that is in that moment in time. Thank you for sharing your energy, your company. It's always an honor. Have a wonderful